Okay, Freo post-match reactions versus Richmond. Obviously a great result. Freo 16-12, 108 to Richmond 7-5, 47, so 61 points. Very solid win by Freo. The opening quarter was a bit up and down. Obviously Richmond came out to play, which was good. And then essentially from 16-27 to go in the second quarter, we pretty much dominated and then put the scores on the board, and that was all she wrote, really. I thought there were some outstanding performances today from the boys, which was great to see. JT, 6 goals. Just, stop it, JT. That was fantastic. So 8 marks and 3 tackles. He's just the premier forward now and of the competition, and he's just really asserting his authority in that space, which is absolutely sublime. So well done to him. Bolts' 10 scoring involvements was also a real treat as well, and he's really coming back to the form that we saw him prior to getting traded to Freo at Richmond. So that was really nice to see. And 2 goals, obviously a real treat as well. But hats off to the tackler today, and he's copped a little bit of criticism early on, and he's really bounced back into some real form, some serious form. So really, when you look at the tackler stats, it's all about tackles for me. That's why I call it the tackler. I mean, 10 tackles, 30 disposals, but 6 clearances at 517 metres gain. If he doesn't get 3 Brownlow votes today, it's rigged. So we'll see how that goes. He's into some serious form past couple of games, which is great. And obviously his partner in crime, Sarong, and Duck talks about this as well, when those guys are up and about, and if we're talking about 50 plus disposals and we've really got a good shot of winning, take that to 55 if you don't mind. So 29 disposals, 6 clearances and 495 metres gained was an absolute treat. So Sarong was sensational as well. Clarkie's 23 disposals. Again, I talked about this before. His ability to run off the halfback when he's got ball in hand and looking dangerous, that is when Fremantle play our best football. And I love it when he takes grass and looks to take ground and hit our forwards and make us look great. So I was really pleased with Clarkie. Freddie needed to have a strong game, and he did. He, again, bobbed up when he needed to. He had 3 goals. And, obviously holding his spot down. And the rest of the goal kickers, remiss of me not to point this out, but obviously Bolts and Youngie kicked 2, and then we had singles over to Voss, Pearce, and Reed as well. They kicked 1 goal too. Vossy with a very interesting game all round. Apparently started pre-game with potentially knocking out a supporter, kicking for goals apparently. So hopefully she's okay. And then kicks an all-time goal over his shoulder, and then takes out the 100-meter sprint. That was actually ran, was it yesterday or whatever it was, at AK Reserve? So he just missed out on running the 100-meter sprint there, but was showing some toe, and then whacks a guy and might get suspended. So we'll see how that one goes. So quite the interesting game from Vossy, but a Vossy game wearing that number 20. We're really starting to see that number 20 blossom through. So we'll see what happens there. But probably for me, I love focusing on the positives, as you know, but the negatives for me, I was really disappointed to see Dudley get dropped to the bench. And, to do the comparison, Switter obviously comes in, and we understand why Switter comes in. He is an elite player, but only 69% time on ground with 6 disposals, 5 tackles and 178 metres. Now, I want you to compare that to Dudley, who only had 23% time on ground, who also had 6 disposals, 163 metres gained and score involvement. So if you actually look at the two, I would have probably flipped it, considering he's such good form, and why dent the man's confidence by putting him on the bench. Plus, we're playing him in South Australia, in his hometown, where he's got family. I thought we really missed an opportunity there. So quite perplexed as to why that happened, but that's just a small little negative. Otherwise, I really love the way the boys went about it today. It was good to see the big fella Sean Darcy back on track. Obviously was tonguing it a fair bit. He only had 63% time on ground, but he'll be better for the run. We took that calculated risk, and obviously he's got 1 more game under his belt. Now he's got to play Gawn, who's going to be a lot more mobile around the ground, if you will, and that's going to be quite interesting to see what we do there. But overall, really pleased with the boys. 3 on the trot now, starting to get a sniff of what our best football looks like for 4 quarters. Just got to tidy up a couple of things here and there. Am a little worried about how Jai's tracking, especially as the second banana now. And he's, I guess it doesn't look lost, but, what is his role? And, how does that look in terms of leading patterns and so forth? And it would be interesting to see how that plays out, because obviously he's working his way through stuff as well. So, look, a lot of things I thought were great. I can't remember if I talked about Chappie, but Chappie's 25 disposals was awesome. His 535 metres gained, good as well. So talked about Chappie before being elite and being very important for the side. So well done to him. So many players to talk about. This has already gone for 5 minutes. It's too long. But well done, Freo. Another win. And let's hope against Melbourne this coming week we put up another strong showing and show the comp what Freo is all about. And let's get around the lads, and looking forward to when they come back for the Anzac Day round as well. So get around that too, and let's see what the boys can do. Go Freo.